Hey, Yakater, hope you're doing well, and today we're back with some more Minecraft, and today I want to be expanding my hole down here, and I've actually been working on it a little bit off camera, and I got into a little bit of a tricky situation at one point, and let me just give you a reenactment real quick of what that situation was. Uh-oh. So, yeah, as you might be able to tell from that clip, I got myself into a bit of a tricky situation, and that being, I was surrounded by lava for quite some while, and luckily I was able to get out without dying, even though it was very scary, and now I've kind of ruined the entrance of my hole. It's kind of just a mess, and it's a whole thing. I'll talk about that later. But let me show you the good progress that I did make on the hole. So if you don't know, I'm trying to mine like 100 blocks or so in every direction, and including upwards, which is the bad decision. I should have thought of that earlier, but so well. But I've now cleared out this whole side. This whole side is done. It goes out 100 blocks. Looks all good. Look at all that space. This side's a little bit less done because, well, there's Skulk over there and a warden keeps threatening to spawn, and I really don't want a warden. It'll kill me. So I've been kind of procrastinating that side, though I did do some progress, but that whole side is looking good. And I even got myself some blast protection armor because at one point I was blowing up that side and I got to like 1 or 2 hearts, and if I would have died, especially while not recording, I would have been pissed. So I figured I'd get some blast protection armor just to keep myself safe, though maybe I should have gotten some fire resistant armor. So I'll run you through the course of events here of how this happened. So after I finished that side, I decided that I wanted to start mining upwards. That way I'd give my big cave basically a more spacious feeling, because I do want to go mine up eventually. That way I can build what I want to build down there, and it's going to be quite tall. So I figured I'd start, blowing my way upwards, and I want it to be about 100 blocks tall, which would be up there. But that made some problems because there's a big river running through that area, so I decided to drop it down by about 20. This is like 80 blocks high, and so I figured I'd just go back to the start of my staircase and just blow my way down to the bottom. I mean, what could go wrong? Quite a lot, actually. So you can see down there, there's a giant lava pool just sitting right above my giant hole and where I needed to blow up, which kind of made things tricky, but I figured I would just mine, I'd turn it into obsidian and then mine through it, not knowing that this lava pool is the deepest lava pool that I've ever seen. This lava pool, I mean, oh, you can't see it because of course this is filled with lava again. This lava pool is like 20 blocks deep though. Like, it is not a shallow lava pool. But I had already committed, so I just kept on mining through all the way to the bottom, and so I started placing TNT and pillaring back up to the top. And honestly, I should have known that this was a bad idea, but I figured nothing could set it off because all of the TNT was surrounded by blocks and there's no exposed lava. So I figured I'd be okay. But then once I got to the top, I started hearing explosions. I'm like, huh, that's weird. And I'm like, I wonder what that is. And then I realized that's my TNT tower blowing up while I'm on top of it. And so luckily I was basically at the top, and so I finished and I hopped off and then I ran away. So that could have been way worse. If the TNT would have ignited any sooner, I probably would have died. Luckily it didn't, and to be honest, I don't know how it started in the first place, but it wasn't fun. So then after I blew up all my TNT, of course I want to see my progress, so I was going down there, and for some reason I decided to go down this hole. I don't know why, but it wasn't a smart idea because at one point, as you saw, I was just surrounded in lava, and I had to be like very careful. I'd like place water and then I'd mine it out, and I'd like place water and I'd mine it out, and it was not fun. I was like surrounded by lava for like 30 minutes and it was so scary. So yeah, now I have this kind of giant lava waterfall above my giant hole, and I don't really know what I'm going to do about it. I think what my strat's going to be is I'm going to get a bunch of sand or gravel and just try to fill in the lava that isn't covered in obsidian and stuff. It's going to be a huge undertaking to fill it all up, but I think that's going to be my only choice. Also, another thing that I want to do today is I want to finally make a redstone door for my little entrance down into my mine if I can. I had the idea of having it go through my fireplace, which I thought was pretty cool, but I never made a door for it. I kind of just took the blocks out of it. So I want to see if I can try making a door for it. It shouldn't be that hard. Maybe. I hope. So luckily for me, since I've been trying to farm TNT for blowing up that giant hole, I've gotten quite a bit of sand. So I'm going to use most of this sand, and I'm just going to try to fill in as much lava as possible and hope that that will solve most of my problems. Alright, unluckily for me, this lava pool is huge. I'm gonna mine around kind of where my hole is first and try to plug that up with sand. And then I'll go from there. Let's just see how much sand this takes just over here. Okay, it doesn't seem to be as deep over here. Just these 4 blocks right here used like 2 stacks of sand. Which means that's about, like, this lava pool's about a half a stack deep of just lava. Oh my gosh, this is an absolute nightmare. There's so much obsidian. Luckily I have efficiency 5, so it's not like too bad, but it still takes a good minute, and there's a lot of obsidian because, well, there's a lot of lava, and I decided to just be stupid and do it the way I did. Okay, I've used up all my sand, and I made some good progress. I'm pretty sure this should all be safe, even though I'm kind of terrified to mine it and see, but it should be okay. So I'm gonna grab this, do a little bit more, and then I want to work on that redstone door and see if I can figure out something for that. Oh no! Okay, I think I'm just kidding on getting my sand back. It's way too risky to try to mine it because I don't know which sand has lava behind it and which sand doesn't. So I think I'll just clear out all of the lava lake first, and then I'll work on getting my sand back, because right now it's just like a death wish, and I don't want to die. Alrighty, so I want to build this redstone piston door. It's a pretty simple design. If you just look up a 2x2 redstone piston door, you're going to find it's just one that's hopefully going to cover up right here. And it's pretty simple material-wise, and luckily I already have some slime balls, which is great, because I think I need 6 sticky pistons. Alright, turns out I already messed up, and I need 6 sticky pistons on each side. Sweet. Okay, I reckon this door should be working. I just need to take a piece out of my floor real quick so I can just put lever down to test. Pop that out real quick, and that's not great. Okay, no, I think I just got the positioning wrong. I put it right here. Huh. Alright, I've got my piston door working now. I don't know how redstone works, but I figured it out. I honestly got no clue. I ended up not using the repeaters. I just did this, and it seems to work. No, it doesn't. Never mind. Oh my gosh. Okay, I finally got this working. I missed a crucial step. Turns out it matters quite a lot where you put your lever. So I was stupid, and I was putting it like right here, and I was like, what? This doesn't make sense, because these repeaters are one way, right? So if I have this facing the other direction, like if I have the lever here, and it facing the direction that it is, the redstone signal won't go over here. And so the problem is since I was putting the lever over here, it was just powering this and then not going over there, and then I try to like switch the direction of the repeater. So you have to put your lever either on one of these 2 blocks where it powers both of them at the same time. That way, it actually does work. Ah, gosh, okay, I finally figured it out, and that's lovely. It looks a bit ugly right now, especially from the outside. I'll fix that up later. My bigger question is, how do I want to have this detect, like, item frame changes? Because ideally I'd have it right here, but I don't think that's possible because, well, that's right where the sticky pistons are. I could maybe have it do this one, or I could have something on my wall up here. Oh, it'd be cool if I could, like, take this out of the planter pot and that would open the door. That could be cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, I finally have my redstone working in probably the worst way possible, but you know what? It works, and it sucks, but it works. So right here, since I couldn't find a good way to do an item frame, I actually have it as this bookshelf right here. So I take this book out and change it to that slot right there. Then it opens up my door, and then once I want to close it up, I take it out of that slot right there and put it back into that slot, and that closes it up. And this, I am probably just really dumb. This could have been way more complicated, but what I have is a little comparator right there, and this takes the signal strength of the chiseled bookshelf. So the first slot sends out a signal strength of 1, and then the next slot sends out a signal, or like, and so on and so forth. So I have it in the 6th slot, which just barely goes here and powers this repeater. And so then once I change the signal strength, so I change it to the 1st slot, that changes the signal strength so that it only changes it to 1. So I'm only getting 1 signal strength then now. So it can't go all the way to the observer. And so that works like that. The only problem is ideally I could just take out a book and I wouldn't have to move spots. And I tried doing that with an observer and everything, but it was too complicated. And to be honest, I gave up and I don't really care. So yeah, but it works. I just have to move it to the first slot to the sixth slot, and that works pretty good. Problem is I don't really know how I'm gonna get my fireplace back to how it was, because before I had it to where these sticky pistons would have been the fire technically, and now it doesn't look like a fireplace at all, and I can't have, like, pistons can't push furnaces. Okay, well, you know what? I'll probably just leave it how it is right now, and I'll figure out some blocks to put here, because honestly, I don't know, I could just have it one flush wall, but then I feel like that would kind of kill the vibe of the whole fireplace. I'm not sure. Either way though, we now have a cool entrance down to our little tunnel that will take us all the way to what our future base will soon be, and I need to decorate this tunnel as well. But there we have it. I got a door, and it took me, honestly, building this door probably took me like an hour or more. It's actually quite sad how long this took me. I need to get better at redstone. But you know what? It works. That's all that matters. I'm happy. Okay, but sadly that will have to do it for today's video. Honestly, I'm really happy about that redstone door I made. It kind of messes with the aesthetic of the base, but I'm just happy I actually did some half decent redstone because I suck at redstone. And yeah, next time we'll be going into the Nether and hopefully finding a fortress and hopefully not dying, because I would cry. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are new, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. If you like them, like the video. New videos every Thursday, and remember to stay jolly.